Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bowling Green State University's Master of Science and Interdisciplinary Gerontology informational webinar. I'm glad that you took the time out of your evening to be able to join us today. So who will be presenting tonight is Dr. Wendy Watson, who is the graduate coordinator. So Wendy, would you like to say hello?
Hi, thank you for joining us for the webinar. We look forward to talking with you about the program.
And we also have Dr. Charlie Stell, who's our associate professor in the program. Charlie?
Thanks for joining us this evening.
And my name is Sherry Leatherman. I'm the coordinator of graduate recruitment and orientation. So I work with all of our programs and am pleased to be here tonight kind of helping to facilitate the webinar for you. So with the webinar, you are going to be muted throughout this presentation. All that I ask is that if you have any questions, please go ahead and type them into the question box that is going to be on the lower portion of your console to the right, and we will have those questions addressed at the end of the presentation today. So basically for the webinar, we're going to go over kind of an overview of Bowling Green State University, the learning outcomes of the program, strengths and uniquenesses of our program. We're going to discuss the curriculum, faculty, and some professional opportunities that you'll have by taking our program with us, and then admissions requirements and tuitions and fees. So in a nutshell, BGSU is a public institution, and it was founded in 1910. We're about 30 miles south of Toledo, also about 4.5 hours from Chicago and 2 hours north of Columbus. Our campus is about 1,300 acres. We have 119 buildings. We have about 20,000 students from 50 states and 70 countries, and our graduate population makes up about 2,600 of that overarching student population. So why would you want a master's degree in gerontology? Wendy, I'm going to have you go ahead and speak to the rest of the program.
All right, thank you, Sherry. So the question is, why would you want to come here for a master's degree in gerontology, right? So you can see up on here our bullet points, but what we think is that this is a great program if you're interested in pursuing positions in agencies and organizations that require a graduate degree. More and more companies and organizations are moving toward needing that advanced degree. The master's degree also helps you assume leadership positions, prepares you for supervisory roles. Also, a master's degree in gerontology can help you with seeking opportunities for advancement in the field of gerontology. So maybe you're working in the field now, but you want to move up through the organization. And then to boost professionalism and competence beyond the baccalaureate degree. Specifically at BGSU, our program is structured to be convenient, to be flexible. We provide a combination of online courses, some on-campus face-to-face courses. We have students who go full-time. We also have students who go through the program on a part-time basis, so it can be structured to meet your needs. We have most of our face-to-face classes at night. This way, if people have full-time, daytime employment, they can maintain that while still attending night courses. We have a low student-to-teacher ratio. Typically, our graduate classes run between maybe 6 to 10 students. So that's the small cohort. Our cohorts have run between maybe 6 to 10, which means that you are working in one-on-one with a faculty member. You're getting personalized attention. You're able to work toward the goals that you want to achieve while you're here. We do have full-time faculty that hold PhDs. Dr. Stell is going to talk about our faculty in a little bit, but our faculty do have PhDs from universities around the country. And we are actively engaged in research, and as well as state and national organizations. So what are the learning outcomes? What have we set the program up to do? Well, we hope that graduates of the program will be able to integrate concepts and theories to address gerontological research topics. So some of our courses focus on theories, but then we use those in applied ways. So how do we then look at issues in the field? Graduates will also be able to demonstrate a solid background in biological, psychological, and social theories in adult development and aging, so a biopsychosocial approach. We also expect that our graduates will be able to critically assess the quality of gerontology research. So we do require a research methods course where we talk about how we would go about doing that and then identify appropriate research questions and issues to improve the discipline in practical ways. We also apply classroom knowledge within organizations and agencies. So this may be through kind of learning about that in the classroom, and also maybe through our service learning, which we have started implementing at the graduate level, where we are doing research out in the field. We also have started to incorporate an internship option where students can take what they've learned in the classroom out into the field. And then helping to shape policy and advocacy regarding aging and related issues.
So with that kind of introduction, I'd like to just highlight some of the strengths and uniquenesses of our program. So as Dr. Watson mentioned, what we feel like this program really does is offers a flexible opportunity that really meets the needs of professionals who are out working with older adults already, or those who are interested in transitioning into areas working with the older population. We do have a range of faculty, we'll show you those in a moment, that come from a variety of disciplines, and this is the nature of what an interdisciplinary field should offer. And it's what we think is one of our strengths as well. We think that student to faculty ratio that Dr. Watson mentioned really offers an excellent opportunity for faculty and students to understand, to discuss, to critique, and to learn about what gerontology is and how it can contribute to society as a field. The root of the degree in terms of progression, I'll talk about specifics in a moment, can be completed in as little as 3 semesters if you are going full-time, and that would be fall, spring, summer, or 6 semesters for part-time students. So that offers another kind of uniqueness in terms of degree completion. And another option is the range of opportunities you have in terms of degree completion. So for some individuals, writing a thesis may be a good opportunity, may be something that they want to pursue if they're going to potentially go on in academics. But we also offer comprehensive exams and a new internship option that we think really offers an opportunity for people who don't have much practical experience working with older adults to get some of that experience that they can then leverage into a job. And for those individuals who don't have a strong background or any background in gerontology, there aren't any prerequisites or kind of leveling courses. We kind of come into the program with the expectation that everybody is at a different place, and we work with individuals to kind of accommodate where they are and go from there in terms of the course requirements. So in terms of those requirements, the curriculum involves a core of 33 hours, and you'll see it on the slide that those areas that make up this core include courses in areas of gerontology specifically, also in family studies, because we are a kind of a focus on interdisciplinary. We connect with the programs in family studies, also in kinesiology and health promotion. And then we bring that larger macro level kind of perspective in looking at policy and programs. So this would be kind of the core courses that you would have within your degree program. And then depending upon your next choice in terms of how you would like to finalize your degree, you would have either 2 or 3 elective courses that you could choose to somewhat tailor the program to your needs. And so those courses could come from graduate programs across the university, and also having a grounding in methodology and statistics. Here is a look at some of the core faculty that you will potentially have as faculty members. And as you can see, they come from a variety of disciplines and from a range of universities. So we really find this as a strength that we also can bring to the classroom and to the program, combining this with a real focus on how gerontology interconnects among these different areas. And of course, one of the things that any student should be interested in is then how do I go about, or what do I do with a degree in gerontology from a particular university, for example. And most of you probably are aware there are not career ads out there that say gerontologist wanted. However, we do have a large number of different opportunities for individuals in terms of careers that they can both create themselves, but also that our students in the past have already been developed into and are working in right now. Areas such as working within senior centers, program coordination. Within the long-term care environment, you have areas such as marketing, admissions, within the business office. Also assisted living and both directorship as well as those other areas. But you may be more interested in working out in the community, so you can do that in terms of advocacy, also as an educator to the community, or as an educator to students at various colleges and universities. You can also be involved in research, and so we have former students who are kind of specially trained and now employed by hospitals working on grants, for example, on Alzheimer's disease, because that was an interest of theirs that they had.
And I just wanted to take a moment to step in and talk a little bit about our Career Services Department, because we do have a really great office here at BGSU that will help students get prepared for those job opportunities. They have a vast listserv that you can sign up to be on that will email you job opportunities in your field of interest. They do resume writing workshops as well as interview preparations. They'll do mock interviews for the students. So if you are somebody who has not been out into the job market or in the workforce as of late, or you're doing a second career choice and just want to keep up with the times and what's trending and benchmarking at this point in time, our Career Services Department can really help out with that. So I would encourage you, once you apply, get accepted to the program, to search out somebody in that area and go ahead and get on that listserv so you can start seeing what's out there and available for you as you finish up your degree with us. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about some admissions requirements. Or Dr. Watson, would you like to go ahead and do that?
Sure, I'm happy to.
Okay.
So the graduate application is available online, and we are accepting applications for this coming fall cohort through July 15th. If you're interested, and we can talk a little bit more about this if people have questions, if you're interested in an assistantship or scholarships, the deadline's coming a little bit closer for that. We are going to be making those decisions end of March. So it's not too late for that, but you'll want to kind of hop on that if that interests you. But if you're interested in attending the program, either full or part-time, the deadline is a ways off, so you have some time to consider that, to ask more questions. It's recommended that you have a 3.0 undergrad GPA. However, if you have between a 2.7 and a 3.0, we do have what's known as conditional admission. And so I'm happy to talk with you more about that if you have questions. But basically, you're given admission to the program, and then you're given 9 credit hours of graduate work to demonstrate a 3.0 or better. And then if that is achieved, then you're given full acceptance into the program. We require official transcripts from all universities. If you have a GPA from your undergraduate institution that's greater than a 3.0, we do not require the GRE exam. We do require 3 letters of recommendation and a statement of purpose. Those 2 things can actually be emailed directly to me. So we have a multiple part application process where you do the online part through the graduate college online, and then you can send the letters of recommendation. You can have your references email those to me, and you can email me your statement of purpose. And then there is this additional exam required for international students.
So with the admissions requirements, I just want to speak a little bit on tuition and fees. As Dr. Watson had mentioned earlier, they do offer assistantships to students. As far as graduate tuition as a whole is concerned, BGSU is one of the lowest in the region. So Ohio residents, it's approximately $16,500, which you can see how it's broken down per credit hour. Service fees, graduate service fees, and then of course we have some facility and technology fees. If you are out of the state of Ohio, because we are a state institution, we do abide by the residential versus non-residential tuition structure. So that would be about $25,000, which is also broken down, as you can see, per credit hour of study. And if you choose to do the program online, it'll be about $15,000 as a whole for that. If you are interested in finding out exactly what your costs are, I would encourage you to go on to our graduate tuition calculator, which is right as a keyword search on the BGSU homepage, and you will be able to really break down your exact costs. So residential versus non-residential, if you want to account for housing in there, if you want to put meal plans and what have you on there, and it'll break everything down per semester for you. So some other funding options besides assistantships, you can fill out the free application for federal student aid, which is the FAFSA. As a graduate student, you will have a guaranteed Stafford loan. So unless you are in default with your undergraduate student loans, that is an automatic guarantee of about I want to say $25,000 per year. So that's something that you would definitely be able to help offset some of the costs of tuition. You can also talk to your employers if you're currently employed and they have a tuition reimbursement policy. So please talk to your employers and see what they offer, because that's also going to help offset that cost. So that is the end of our presentation at this time. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask, I want to encourage you to go ahead and type those into the box so we can go ahead and address those for you. And it looks like we do have one already. And the question is in regards to the presentation, if it'll be available to you at a later date. And yes, it will. We did record the webinar today, so we will send out an email of that information to you so you can have it as a reference. Also, if you want to share it with any of your colleagues or peers, you are more than welcome to do that. We're going to put a link on our website with that information. So the next question we have is, do most students get scholarships or assistantships in the program? So either Dr. Watson or Dr. Stull, would either of you like to field that for us today?
I can talk to that. We have been fortunate in the past. I think we are in our 4th cohort of this graduate program, and so we'll be starting our 5th in the fall of 2017. And we've been fortunate to have, I would say, 3 to 5 assistantships allotted to us through the graduate college and through our college. And so those typically range from 10 to 15 hours a week for the first 2 semesters. So for the fall and spring semesters, we will be offering 4 to 5 of those again for fall of 2017. So as I said, it's not too late if you're interested in applying for one of those. Basically, when you fill out the application online for the graduate college, there's a little box that says, are you interested in assistantship? And you can check yes, and then in your letter of interest that you forward to me, you would want to make clear that that's your interest. And then what we do is assign those, as I said, typically the end of March, 1st of April, and try to match you up with a faculty member with whom you can work. And so typically those assignments are helping with our larger section of intro gerontology courses, sometimes helping with research, sometimes helping with grading. We also are able to very often help with some scholarships or tuition assistance for those students. And so it's typically been, like I said, I think 4 to 5 students per year that we've been able to award those to.
Okay, does anybody else have any further questions for us this evening? Okay, well, at this time, I'm going to thank you for taking time out of your evening to spend some time with us learning about our program. Like I said, we will be sending an email out to you with a link to where you can view this webinar and share it with your colleagues. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
It's nice to talk to you.
Thank you.